I was on eBay the other night, or not on eBay, I was on YouTube the other night when one of my farmers that I kind of follow kind of religiously, there's a whole bunch of you guys that I check on you every day, and Travis was explaining about hitch pins and how the one he had with the red handle on the top, it broke off. He said it wasn't made real good. Well, that's the problem a lot of times with a lot of things you buy nowadays. They aren't made real good. But when it comes to hitch pins, I don't tend to buy them. I tend to make them. Mainly because they're kind of hard to hold on to. Sometime a neighbor will come borrow a piece of equipment and it'll have the hitch pin on it, and next time I see the hitch pin, it's hooked up to his tractor. So I decided to build my own hitch pins. That way, at a glance, I can tell you if that's my hitch pin or not. So I don't tend to break them. I tend to lose them. So I got a scrap pile. So in that scrap pile, I got various materials. And what I ain't got, I'll buy. If you'll notice that hitch pin's a little bit, it's about 10 inches in total length. I leave about 1 inch sticking out over the top. That's a 1 inch flat washer. And the top part is made out of 1/2 inch cold rolled steel. The sides are 3 inches long and the hand grip is 4 inches. And I'll take and measure it and saw it. Put it in the vise. Heat it up with a torch and bend the angle. Sometimes it's not perfect. Sometimes it is kind of close to perfect, but you know. Then I'll take it out, and where the two pieces connect down there, I'll cut the width of the hitch pin out, and then I'll chuck it up in my vise and pull out my little old unitig, a Econotig, and I TIG weld it because my eyesight's not as great as it used to be. And when it comes to stick welding and MIG welding, you got to be able to move pretty quickly. Whereas by TIG welding, you can kind of control the heat and the displacement of your weld puddle. And I do a better job with the TIG than I do with it. And everybody will tell you that TIG welding is Cadillac, so it's Cadillac welded. Then I'll take and bore a hole through the top, run me a cable through it, and these little things on the end, those are roll-up door parts. That's a little aluminum piece of metal with a 1/8 hole drilled in it. You stick it on the end of the cable and crimp it, and then if you'll notice, I use that's I believe a 1/4 inch linch pin, and I bore my hole about 1 inch from the bottom, because that way it makes this linch pin kind of tough to come off. So that way it won't open when to feel. If something grabs it, it'll just move it. It won't unlock it. And in case it does unlock it, you still got it. You ain't lost it. So I got about a half a dozen of these built. I spray painted this one yellow because it's my own personal one. And a lot of times when they make the point on the end, I'll take a cutoff wheel on a grinder, and I'll cut the point on 4 sides. And then I'll take the other grinder with the rock on it, and I'll grind it down to a point. That's after I bore the hole, of course. But this little doodad on the end right here, that just happened to be on a cable that I found. And I decided to use it instead of having to make me a loop and crimp it. But the nice thing about, if you got 1 inch cable, you can take a piece of steel tubing that's a 1/4 inch in diameter, and you can make you a loop up here if you want to. You can loop it around like that and slide both ends of that cable into that tube, and then take it on a vise and mash it flat, and most of the time it'll stay. But I just happen to have a lathe, and I can, if I run out of these little things, I buy them from McMaster Car, which is a equipment or industrial supply company and they got locations in Cleveland and Atlanta and California and a lot of other places. And it's a little family-owned hardware distributor, and they pride themselves in getting it to you quick. They only have about 555,000 items under one roof, and if they can't get it from this one, they'll ship it from another one. But I just wanted to show Travis my pen and give him some ideas when he gets the time, if he's learning how to weld and all that. Hey, you get a little bit more pride out of your own hitch pins, and on top of that, it comes out pretty easy, and it goes in pretty easy, and my son seems to like them, so that's really all that matters, is if you got a satisfied customer. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little old video. Don't want to make it too long because it takes forever to upload, even with the handbrake. You folks have a good day, and a better day tomorrow. Thank you.